You're watching ITG Clips.
What? Because this is kind of a two-part question. First, what West Virginia player in history, had NIL existed, do you think could have maximized their NIL dollars? Okay, just there's no wrong answer here either. That's part of the question. And now, the other part of the question, which of the three that donned the cover of SI heading into '06? No, it's heading into '07. Was it after '05 or after '06, Owen? Did you guys? I don't remember because it could have been either year. I just
After
what's that say? It could have been
I
either
believe
year, right? It's you
yeah, it
deserve to
might have
be there
been.
either year. So which of
I,
those three could have got the most NIL money? So two questions. What do you got? Wes, you go first.
I mean, so the most in WVU history, the ones that popped into my head right away were Pat, Steve, Geno. I mean, Geno had some real national prominence.
Yeah.
Those were the first. Those were the first three that popped into my mind. There's some other that deserve. There's some others that deserve to be mentioned in the conversation. Like Tavon should probably be in the
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
Like Amos and Avon should probably be in the conversation. Like even I think Will Greer would have been not in the top three, but Will Greer could have been
He had the
towards that
look.
top.
He had
He had
there's a lot of
he
things to
had the
factor in
look
here,
and the
right? Yeah.
hair and exactly right, exactly right. Those were the ones that came to the forefront of my mind, and then yeah. I mean, I feel like it had to be Pat, right, Owen? Just because he's the quarterback, and like at the end of the day, that feels like it's always the tiebreaker.
yeah, it would have been just because that's how that position's kind of set up in college football. Um, but
Won't make the
really,
rules.
I
I just
mean,
enjoy them.
absolutely. And then you could have almost even said, well, I'm not even gonna say that because that's a whole other can of worms. But I would say, I mean, you talk about running backs too. I mean, Tavon was something special right there, dog. I
Mhm.
mean, I could have seen him in Pac-12. Yeah, I could have seen him in a USC jersey, easy.
Totally,
You know what I
totally.
mean? I could have
It was
easily
Reggie.
seen
They
him
had Reggie Bush vibes. Yeah, no doubt about
legit.
it.
I could have seen him in a USC jersey easily, or even an
Totally.
Oregon
Totally.
uniform.
Florida
Something on,
State.
you know what I mean? Just getting a bag, dude. Just getting a
Oh,
massive bag. It's so
Avon's a
hard.
good one.
You know what I mean? Well, and then here's what's crazy. We just talk about all this stuff up front about this quarterback, to $4 million. Buddy, I mean, uh, it's good. Where is the ceiling?
Well, that freshman quarterback from Michigan is getting like 12 million, right? From
So
Barstool Sports.
that's what I
There
mean.
won't be
So
a
like,
ceiling until the things we talked about happen.
that's what I
Until then,
mean.
there
And
won't
you're
be one.
talking
There
about
won't
a
be one.
collective
Yeah.
bargaining agreement, dude. It's just, sorry, I don't mean to going back to that because I know we need to cut this thing out because we've had some good discussions here, but it's just wild to
It
think,
is.
where it's gone and just how much money could have been made during that era of just when I played, and just the many different opportunities. I feel fortunate. I'm still in West Virginia. I feel like even though didn't get the NIL, I definitely will say that people have been very good to me and at least you know help me out with things or not so much giving me a bag of money or nothing like that, but I mean when you need help, people are there to
Yeah.
help. And I think that comes with a lot of different things, but uh man, it been crazy to think, man, we would have been rolling around in a beer truck limo,
Whew.
dude.
You'd
He
have
didn't
been
answer the
You know what I
driving the
question.
mean? We'd been
Notice he
driving
didn't
the
we'd
answer the
have,
Bud
question.
driving the Budweiser Express.
and
He
then
didn't give us an answer.
the second, okay, my answer would be, I'm gonna say, God, I would have said Geno Smith.
I think that might be the answer, honestly.
I
Okay.
would have said
Well, what
Geno
about you
just
three?
because of the three of us, it would have been Pat.
Okay, but go back to Gino now. Go ahead.
I think it would have been Pat.
I got you.
Really, that's no
I got
different. And I'm not saying that's honestly, dude. It could have been both of those guys at the same time. They would have been right there.
They could have
You know
matching
what I mean?
matching deals. Yeah.
They
you. Yeah.
honestly, those guys, both of them, literally could have said, "We'll go to any school that wants to pay us." You know what I mean? They could have said that. They obviously know, but they could have called up anybody and said, "Yeah, I mean, I'll come if he comes."
Yep.
You know, for a big enough deal. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
and like
true.
you were just saying, there's no real ceiling. So people who are game changers like that, that's who you want to get.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So then, oh man, it's just this whole episode is one big collective of what is really going on. You know what I mean? From the collective bargaining stuff to the agents that are it's the Wild West right now, and giving kids bad advice, or just going out. Literally, they're just going out asking these teams, "Hey, how much would you pay for this kid?" And then relaying that message to these guys, and then they're thinking, "Oh, I need to jump ship," instead of really looking at the big picture and seeing, what you could build where you're at. You know what I mean? You could have found $2 million in extras, and I'm not talking about money, but like things that probably could have been negotiated that would have been more of value than $2 million. But oh well. But yes, I'm going to say Pat, and that's no disrespect to my boy Steve, because I think they would have been a package deal.
I tell you what,
deal.
that's an expensive package, man.
Yeah.
That's great. That's an expensive package.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to ITG Clips and In the Gun podcast for more WVU football content. Watch the whole podcast episode by clicking the link above or in the description.